Learn English to Gujarati. Formal passive sentences with
નિર્ણય,
and.
પરિણામ.
Welcome to the Office of Dramatic Sentences. Hey, you're about to learn some very formal English and Gujarati sentences in a way that is much less formal than the sentences themselves. Think of it as language learning with paperwork, but with better jokes. Today you'll practice 5 powerful sentences in English and Gujarati. They sound like they escaped from a government meeting, a legal memo, and a nervous committee lunch. Here they are. The measure will hardly be able to be lifted.
આ પગલું કદાચ જ રદ કરી શકાશે.
The application must be able to be rejected.
અરજી નકારી શકાતી હોવી જોઈએ.
The decision could have been revised.
નિર્ણયમાં સુધારો કરવામાં આવ્યો હોઈ શક્યો હોત.
The data are said to have been checked.
કહેવાય છે કે ડેટાની તપાસ કરવામાં આવી છે.
The result is likely to have been confirmed.
પરિણામની પુષ્ટિ થઈ હોવાનું સંભવિત છે.
Yes, they are long. Yes, they are formal. And yes, by the end, you'll say them like a very confident clerk. Your mission today. You do not need to memorize everything at once. Just listen, repeat, smile a little, and let the patterns settle in. These sentences are useful for official speech, reports, administration, and legal style language in English and Gujarati. A secret trick. You are not learning random monsters. You are learning patterns like measure, application, decision, data, and result. Another secret trick. Formal language sounds scary only until you say it 3 times with dramatic confidence. Sentence 1. The stubborn measure. Let's start with a sentence that sounds like a rule wearing boots and refusing to leave. English. The measure will hardly be able to be lifted. Gujarati.
આ પગલું કદાચ જ રદ કરી શકાશે.
Key idea.
પગલું
Means measure or step.
કદાચ જ
Gives the idea of hardly.
રદ કરી શકાશે.
Means will be able to be cancelled or lifted. Funny image. Imagine 5 officials, 2 cranes, and 1 extremely dramatic intern trying to remove a giant policy sign. The sign wins. Everyone sighs and says,
આ પગલું કદાચ જ રદ કરી શકાશે.
Mini practice. Officials say the measure will hardly be able to be lifted this year. In Gujarati.
અધિકારીઓ કહે છે કે આ પગલું આ વર્ષે કદાચ જ રદ કરી શકાશે.
Repeat just the core ending.
કદાચ જ રદ કરી શકાશે.
Sentence 2. The rejectable application. Now we enter the kingdom of forms, stamps, and mysterious office windows that close exactly when you arrive. English. The application must be able to be rejected. Gujarati.
અરજી નકારી શકાતી હોવી જોઈએ.
Key parts.
અરજી
Is application.
નકારી
Relates to rejecting.
હોવી જોઈએ.
Means should or must be. Imagine a talking form on a desk shouting, I demand fairness. If I am incomplete.
અરજી નકારી શકાતી હોવી જોઈએ.
Single quote. That is the most responsible paperwork you will ever meet. Context sentence. In the system, the application must be able to be rejected. Gujarati.
સિસ્ટમમાં અરજી નકારી શકાતી હોવી જોઈએ.
Quick contrast. Approved is not the same idea. Here we want the possibility of rejection, so keep
નકારી
in your mind. Sentence 3. The decision that might have changed its mind. This one is perfect for hindsight, regret, and meetings where people suddenly become philosophers after snacks are served. English. The decision could have been revised. Gujarati.
નિર્ણયમાં સુધારો કરવામાં આવ્યો હોઈ શક્યો હોત.
Key parts.
નિર્ણય
Means decision.
સુધારો
Means revision or improvement.
હોઈ શક્યો હોત.
Carries the sense of could have been. Comedy scene. The committee announces a final decision, prints 50 copies, drinks tea, and then one person says, tiny question.
નિર્ણયમાં સુધારો કરવામાં આવ્યો હોઈ શક્યો હોત.
Single quote. The printer cries softly. Context sentence. Everyone agreed that the decision could have been revised. Gujarati.
બધાય સહમત હતા કે નિર્ણયમાં સુધારો કરવામાં આવ્યો હોઈ શક્યો હોત.
Practice chunk.
નિર્ણયમાં સુધારો
Then the full sentence again.
નિર્ણયમાં સુધારો કરવામાં આવ્યો હોઈ શક્યો હોત.
Sentence 4. The checked data rumor. Now we move into reports, spreadsheets, and that magical phrase people use when they hope someone else has already done the work. English. The data are said to have been checked. Gujarati.
કહેવાય છે કે ડેટાની તપાસ કરવામાં આવી છે.
Key parts.
કહેવાય છે.
Means it is said.
ડેટા.
Is data.
તપાસ કરવામાં આવી છે.
Means has been checked. Funny office moment. Nobody knows who checked the data, but somehow everyone knows that.
કહેવાય છે કે ડેટાની તપાસ કરવામાં આવી છે.
A classic workplace mystery. Context sentence. In the meeting, the data are said to have been checked already. Gujarati.
મીટિંગમાં એવું કહેવાય છે કે ડેટાની તપાસ પહેલેથી કરવામાં આવી છે.
Memory tip. Do not think of Spanish tapas. Here.
તપાસ.
Means inspection or checking. Delicious confusion avoided. Sentence 5. The probably confirmed result. Last big sentence. It sounds careful, intelligent, and just uncertain enough to keep everybody polite. English. The result is likely to have been confirmed. Gujarati.
પરિણામની પુષ્ટિ થઈ હોવાનું સંભવિત છે.
Key parts.
પરિણામ.
Means result.
પુષ્ટિ.
Means confirmation.
સંભવિત છે.
Means is likely. Imagine a detective who refuses to confirm anything too fast. Even after finding the answer, he adjusts his glasses and says,
પરિણામની પુષ્ટિ થઈ હોવાનું સંભવિત છે.
Even his sandwich order gets a formal announcement. Context sentence. Experts think the result is likely to have been confirmed. Gujarati.
નિષ્ણાતો માને છે કે પરિણામની પુષ્ટિ થઈ હોવાનું સંભવિત છે.
Practice the 3 key nouns and ideas.
પરિણામ. પુષ્ટિ. સંભવિત.
Tiny dialogue theater. Let's make the sentences move. You'll hear little scenes, and each one sneaks in your new Gujarati. Scene 1. A. Will they remove the policy? B.
આ પગલું કદાચ રદ કરી શકાશે.
Scene 2. Clerk. Can this form be refused? Supervisor.
હા, અરજી નકારી શકાતી હોવી જોઈએ.
Scene 3. Lawyer. Was the ruling truly final? Assistant.
નિર્ણયમાં સુધારો કરવામાં આવ્યો હોઈ શક્યો હોત.
Scene 4. Analyst. Did anyone verify the numbers? Manager.
કહેવાય છે કે ડેટાની તપાસ કરવામાં આવી છે.
Scene 5. Reporter. Is the final outcome official? Spokesperson.
પરિણામની પુષ્ટિ થઈ હોવાનું સંભવિત છે.
Pattern drill. You're doing great. Now let's train your ear to hear the formal pattern without panicking. Notice how official English often uses passive forms like be checked, be rejected, be revised, and be confirmed. Gujarati can express the same ideas with long but logical structures. Say after me. The measure will hardly be able to be lifted.
આ પગલું કદાચ રદ કરી શકાશે.
The application must be able to be rejected.
અરજી નકારી શકાતી હોવી જોઈએ.
The decision could have been revised.
નિર્ણયમાં સુધારો કરવામાં આવ્યો હોઈ શક્યો હોત.
The data are said to have been checked.
કહેવાય છે કે ડેટાની તપાસ કરવામાં આવી છે.
The result is likely to have been confirmed.
પરિણામની પુષ્ટિ થઈ હોવાનું સંભવિત છે.
Quick quiz, no scary stamp. Time for a fast check. No pressure. The imaginary office printer believes in you. How do you say, the measure will hardly be able to be lifted?
આ પગલું કદાચ રદ કરી શકાશે.
How do you say, the application must be able to be rejected?
અરજી નકારી શકાતી હોવી જોઈએ.
How do you say, the decision could have been revised?
નિર્ણયમાં સુધારો કરવામાં આવ્યો હોઈ શક્યો હોત.
How do you say, the data are said to have been checked?
કહેવાય છે કે ડેટાની તપાસ કરવામાં આવી છે.
How do you say, the result is likely to have been confirmed?
પરિણામની પુષ્ટિ થઈ હોવાનું સંભવિત છે.
A very formal mini-story. Let's finish the chapter with one little story where all 5 sentences appear together like co-workers in a serious comedy. At the Ministry of Extremely Serious Announcements, everyone was waiting for updates. First, an official cleared his throat and said,
આ પગલું કદાચ રદ કરી શકાશે.
Nobody looked surprised. The policy had the energy of a locked iron gate. Then a clerk waved a half-complete file and announced.
અરજી નકારી શકાતી હોવી જોઈએ.
The file looked offended, but rules are rules. In the next room, a lawyer whispered that.
નિર્ણયમાં સુધારો કરવામાં આવ્યો હોઈ શક્યો હોત.
The printer, already exhausted, made a tragic mechanical noise. Meanwhile, the analysts leaned over a mountain of spreadsheets and assured the room that.
કહેવાય છે કે ડેટાની તપાસ કરવામાં આવી છે.
Everyone nodded, mostly because no one wanted to check again. Finally, the supervisor entered with grand dramatic timing and declared.
પરિણામની પુષ્ટિ થઈ હોવાનું સંભવિત છે.
And just like that, the meeting ended, the tea got cold, and you learned 5 advanced Gujarati sentences. Friendly conclusion. Nice work. You just handled some truly advanced formal English to Gujarati structures. Thank you for learning with me today. Keep practicing these sentences aloud.
આ પગલું કદાચ રદ કરી શકાશે. અરજી નકારી શકાતી હોવી જોઈએ. નિર્ણયમાં સુધારો કરવામાં આવ્યો હોઈ શક્યો હોત. કહેવાય છે કે ડેટાની તપાસ કરવામાં આવી છે. પરિણામની પુષ્ટિ થઈ હોવાનું સંભવિત છે.
Come back, repeat them again, and let your Gujarati become calm, clear, and impressively official.